Historical matchmaking is a terrible idea. I've talked about this a lot on the channel before, but I've seen a lot of people commenting about it recently, so I thought I'd talk about it again. In War Thunder, vehicles are matched based on capabilities, and that's really the only way to go. Matching vehicles historically not only is a bad idea, it wouldn't even be as easy to do as it sounds. What do you mean by matching them historically? Do you mean when something was first made, when it was first used, or when it was stopped being used? Because if you're going by when something was not used anymore, I mean the Chaffee was used all the way until 2015. Not to mention experimental vehicles don't fit well into this model. When you consider that it's not fair to match them historically because they were never used. And matching historical vehicles based on timeline is really tough when you consider that a lot of historical vehicles never went into production because they were too expensive, meaning that they probably had better capabilities than things around them at the time. Or even worse, some experimental vehicles were scrapped because it was just stuff they were trying to make out of spare parts, meaning that if you match them historically, they'd be a lot worse than things at the time. People always bring up that the Panzer IV has to fight Cold War vehicles, but if you ask me, the Panzer IV performs just fine. I think people just like to complain when German vehicles don't do well. Not to mention, historical matchmaking doesn't take into account production ratios. I think some people don't understand that if we match things historically, the M4 Sherman would have to fight the King Tiger on a 1-to-1 ratio, whereas in real life they were made on a 1-to-100 ratio. And before you say it, let me tell you, no, it should not be a setting or an event. Because if we made a setting where like a bunch of Shermans would fight one King Tiger, everyone would just choose to be the King Tiger. And before you say no, that wouldn't happen and people would choose to be on both sides, I'd invite you to look back at the World War I event. During the World War I event, the German vehicles were slightly better and everybody queued into Germany and nobody played on the other side, making it almost impossible to queue. Historical matchmaking is just a bad idea made by people that want to whine about certain tanks not doing well. It just does not work in War Thunder.